These last couple weeks have just been allegations galore. We had I'm Alex, we had Dr. Disrespect, we had iNabber, who luckily cleared his name, he's not in the same category, and now we have allegations against Cody Ko. Super huge YouTuber, millions of subscribers, he's been on the internet for close to a decade now making content, and he has allegations against him of sleeping with a 17-year-old when he was 25 years old. And that woman accusing him is Tana Mongeau, another very prolific content creator who has been around for also close to a decade. We've got the original tour video. We have Tana giving update statements on it. We got the exact time when at least one of the alleged hookups happened between the two of them and the exact event it took place in. Tana saying that if this had happened to someone she knew personally, that she would kill over it, and a bunch more. We're going to go over all the information right now. But to start, here's just the clip of how the allegation got out initially. Tana was doing a tour that was not supposed to be recorded by the live audience, but someone did it anyway, and they recorded this question that she was asked about the smallest that she's ever been with in bed. And she gave this answer. Watch the clip.
Who's the smallest dick you've ever had sex with?
Oh my God, do no one look at me, Cody Ko.
And so, of course, that's how it started. That clip got posted and went viral. Everyone was talking about it. But now she's given more statements on her podcast, the Canceled Podcast with Tana. And in this podcast, she goes over a bunch of details, exactly when some of the hookups happened and even where. And also that Cody texted her just about a year and a half ago asking if everything was okay between them because his wedding was coming up and now he also has a kid. Also blatantly saying that what Cody Ko did was a crime. So here's some of the allegations. I'm going to play and then pause in certain points to show you guys information.
We thought we could trust the people as we had the whole tour. Because it really was like at every other show we were saying the craziest shit about people and it wasn't being brought to light. And however, I understand that this isn't just some crazy tea. It was a crime.
Yeah.
And I've tried to talk about this a million times and I feel like I never have the right words. But it's everywhere all over the internet. And I know people want me to talk about it and I'm going to do my best right now, you know? I mean, I hooked up with Cody Ko when I was 17 and he was 25. Yeah, it happened. And I think that, first of all, I'm trying to think about it from a perspective of like a younger sister or someone that I really care about. Even the other day, like I was texting just about her life and everything that's going on in her life right now. And I thought to myself, like, how protective I was over her, especially before she was 18. And if something like that was happening to her, I would never let it fly.
So she says that on her podcast, the Canceled Podcast, but she also went on Trisha Paytas's podcast and talked about that if this happened, she would literally kill someone over it. Here's that clip.
But then I was like, but at the same time, like if I had a 17-year-old daughter or a little sister or something, like I would kill.
Yeah.
You know, so then it's like.
Same, yeah.
And she continues on her own podcast now talking about when it happened.
Like to be 100% truthful, when I look back at the Cody situation, I definitely am like, why was he doing that? You know what I mean? And there were so many situations. There was a situation with Gabby Hanna at a Playlist Live where she pulled him aside and told him like, yo, she's 17. And then we still went and hooked up. And I can look at that and be like, like, why the fuck were you doing that?
And so just out of curiosity, I went to go research what she's talking about with Playlist Live. And for some reason, a lot of it is kind of wiped off the internet. I don't know why. But I did find a website that talked about Playlist Live. It was an event held in Orlando, Florida between April 22nd to April 24th, 2016. A whole bunch of stars went there, Vine stars, Musical.ly stars, etc., etc. I found an archive of Gabby Hanna herself, as Tana mentioned, talking about Playlist Live. And this was posted April 27th, 2016, so a week after that. And just to check how old each person involved in this was at that time, if we start the convention April 22nd of April, and this is Tana's birthday, June 24th, 1998, it says she was just about 2 months away from turning 18 years old at this time. And Cody Ko, with the same exact input, was 25 years and 5 months old. So she was just shy of turning 18. Now, if this did happen in the state of Florida, in Orlando, Florida, that state has the age of consent of 18 years old. It's not like some of the other states where 17 and in a couple, it's 16. It is 18 in the state of Florida. So if this hookup happened there, as Tana alleges, then 100% without a doubt, it is a absolute crime. But she goes on to say that she doesn't try to say this to play some kind of victim or say that she's traumatized by it. She very explicitly states when she reflects on it, she knows that it's wrong and knows that Cody Ko was really wrong for it. But she herself personally doesn't look back and is like, I'm a victim, I'm traumatized, saying that she just had a whole bunch of other shit going on in her life, that was just something that she brushes off her back. Here's her talking about that.
I mean, I look back and I would never do anything like that. So I'm like, the fuck was wrong with you?
Yeah.
But I don't associate or hold it with trauma because I am such a comparative person where I'm like, so many worse things have happened to me. And that's bad.
I was just about to say, you can't do that to yourself though.
Like, but I genuinely feel that way. Like it feels like all of the other people I hooked up with when I was 18, whether they were 30 or whether they were not 30 and they were my age and they were whatever. Like I was just in a place of life, especially the circles and world I was surrounded in Vegas and then coming to LA. Like those are, if you're in the wrong realms, those can be very sexual places.
Yeah.
And like, I was just hooking up with people and having so much fun. And like, that's the way my mind, because I grew up loving him. And I think you know what I mean? Like I was just like excited and a fan and like, and I understand that that's where now as a grown adult, you can say you were taken advantage of, but like, I don't feel any of those emotions towards it. So that's why it's like, it's much easier to be like, go crucify someone when you feel those emotions.
Of course.
You know, I don't know how to put this without, because I'm not trying to diminish anyone else's anything and anything else. Like,
No,
you know,
of course not. And this
like,
is your own experience.
But if I were to sit here and be like, I'm a victim and this was so horrible and oh my God, I'm so traumatized and oh my God, like whatever, like I don't feel that way.
But then
I just know it was wrong and he was wrong.
And so her mentioning that she was a fan of his content at the time, it made me go back and look just out of curiosity at the content that they made together. And these videos are posted back in 2016. And honestly, this is all just completely speculative. Of course, none of this is any kind of definitive proof in any way. But I was looking back at these videos and there's obviously a completely different vibe to them, knowing this context. Again, totally speculative. This isn't some kind of definitive proof of anything, but it's just interesting to see. Let me show you guys these clips. This is the shittiest video ever featuring Cody Ko, posted May 13th, 2016, which means that she was just about a month away from turning 18 years old.
Teach me some slang. Teach me some teen slang.
Okay, well, I was gonna like write it.
Alright, so I'm way too old to be on YouTube, obviously.
Same. I mean, I turned 30 really soon, and it's just kind of like the end of my career. You know, it's
sad. I mean, you need to stop.
yeah. Honestly,
I'm joking.
this is it.
She knows a whole bunch of slang and cool words because she's, a teen, whatever. So I'm here basically just to learn some teen slang, right? So do you want to?
Yeah, I'd love to. No, seriously, I'm just like your biggest fan. Like, this is such an honor. Like, oh my God.
Let's learn some hot, young, cool teen slang. What am I watching? Well, she also makes a joke about him being small in this same exact video. A lot of people in the comments are pointing it out like, wow, that's crazy. Here's her editing in a small joke to this video from 2016, allegedly about a month after they, at least for the first time, hooked up. There may have been other times, but that's the only time that we know of for sure. Here's that joke.
No, I'm just like, I can barely see myself. I'm like really small. I'm like really small. I'm like really small. I'm like really small. But I'm still so like compelled by myself on that screen. But I guess that means that's just me, right? How could you not be compelled by
My
this?
Uber's here.
Is that your code, Tana Mongeau?
Yeah.
And so she seemed to still be making small jokes about him even back then when she was 17 years old, the same way that she was today. I mean, at least that's the takeaway I have from it. Again, this is obviously just an allegation. I'm just being speculative. But watching that, I mean, that's kind of what I see when I watch that. Then she goes on to say that if it was someone who wasn't Cody Ko, someone who was liked a lot less, that this would be way better received. A lot of people would believe it more. People wouldn't want to protect him. Here's her talking about that.
I know for a fact if you swapped out Cody Ko with someone that like people didn't like that much,
oh my God,
would be receiving so much more sympathy versus like the amount of people in this industry who like want to protect him and are like talking to me in a way where it's like they, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Or even just friends like, but I love him. Like, you know what I mean?
Fuck
and
that.
the thing is like, I still watch his videos. Like, I do think he's really funny. And like, it is this weird thing of like, it would be easier and harder, or it would be easier and less hard if he was like
Easily hateable.
yes,
Like already just
yes, and
not
that makes
unlikable.
me sad for other people in a situation like mine again, like where it's like
And then she goes on to talk about how Cody Ko messaged her at least a year and a half ago, talking about, are we good? Is everything okay? And then bringing up that he has his wedding soon. I guess obviously hinting at the past and trying to be like, is anything going to come out? Are we okay? I don't know. At least that's what Tana tries to imply here. Here's her talking about that.
and I just think about like Kelsey and the baby and whatever. There was
oh my God.
like there was a while ago where I think I said something about it online and it was starting to surface, and he texted me like, are we good? And was like, and like I said yeah, and like he was like, my wedding's coming up, like yada yada yada, and I was like
fuck.
and then now it's like all these Reddit threads, like if my name's on any thread, it's all getting deleted. Like I know it's just a weird fucking fucked up situation
That is
where
oh my
it's
God.
like, and I just feel like if I said it on stage, I now have to sit here and like explain myself, and I kind of just wish I didn't, because it's
well,
like,
what's sad is I don't think you have to sit here and explain yourself. I think he has to sit there and explain himself.
yeah, but I mean,
you
either
were-
he's gonna deny it or admit to it. Like there's no real like further, and like I'm not seeking an apology. I'm not.
Yeah.
And just as another update for the timelines, they did get married in February 4th, 2023. So obviously if the wedding was coming up, this would have been before that. This is according to his Instagram. So that's really all that I know so far on these allegations. Of course, a lot of people are saying things about him on Reddit, saying things about him online. That's mostly where it goes. Tana saying she doesn't care to be a victim. I mean, that's up to whether people want to interpret it that way or not, but that's what she alleges. Cody Ko has obviously been completely publicly silent about it, besides only allegedly, according to Tana, texting her behind the scenes asking if everything is okay. And he also did just recently have a child, so he probably does not want anything to do with these allegations right now and is looking to just move on. But anyway, that's all I really got to say about this, so I'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace.